Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the magazine apart. The cap itself that actually tightens the barrel, just unscrew. We screwed it in to give clearance from our nut from our barrel. Now we just unscrew it. Now be aware, some of the magazine springs have a retainer, some of them do not. So this cap may be the only thing holding in the magazine spring, and it is. Set it aside, and you can see our customer has used a pencil for his magazine plug. Normally when those come into the shop like that, I give the pencil back to the customer and I replace the plug with a factory plug, either a Remington or a Browning. You don't have to, but it's just kind of nice. Besides, this is wood and it'll rot if it gets wet in the duct blind, and the plastic ones don't rot. Now, take the trigger assembly slid into place. It retains that leg of the pin. It can't come out and fall out of the gun. It's a good system. It actually is. This is a good system as well, unless they get rusted in place. It's a little teeny tiny screw, so we gotta get a little teeny tiny screwdriver. I wear glasses, so I got lots of these little screwdrivers floating around for repairs and whatnot. Back that out. Now, there's a coil spring. This cartridge stop moves in and out, whereas the other one moved up and down. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put my thumb in here and depress that spring so there's not as much tension on this pin. Pull it out. Set it aside. Now I release pressure on the cartridge stop, and it didn't want to fall out. This one's kind of dirty, got some gunk and whatnot in there. And what I did is I can stick the screwdriver underneath and just pry it out. Take my fingers, and usually I can lift it out. I want to lift it out so you can see. There we go. On the back side is the little coil spring. Here's our pivot, coil spring. This is the front. All right. Now that goes underneath the disconnector action bar lock spring. Slide the hammer down into position, and you're probably going to have to compress the trigger. You see as I shove the hammer down, the trigger moves back. We drove this out left to right, so we'll drive it back in right to left. You want to go below flush of this portion of the rail, because the rail here, this tongue right here, slides into the frame. If it's sticking out, it'll bind. So you want it down flush on both sides.